Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the CODEX podcast. I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my co-host, Tim Morse, and the man named Dan Kelly will be joining us soon after he fills up some water. So hopefully everybody has their water.
He is the master of disguise, ladies and gentlemen.
There he is.
All right, my daughter, I was like, "Are you done?" She's eating dinner. I was like, "Are you done eating?" She's like, "Yeah." I threw the mac and cheese away. I'm like, "What did you throw it away for?" She goes, "I was done." I'm like, "I would have eaten the rest of it." She's like, "I ate it all." Like, so you just threw the container away that it was in. I was like, "About to throw mac and cheese away."
Come on. Dan, we see some mac and cheese on your beard and on your shirt. No.
I was like, you don't throw Kraft mac and cheese away. I'm going to eat it. That's what I'm going to have for dinner after this. I'm going to have Kraft mac and cheese and Dino chicken nuggets.
Now I'm going to go to the store. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, now I'm pretty hungry for some mac and cheese, too. But before we get to eating mac and cheese, we got an episode to have today. We will be reviewing Legends of the Dark Claw. We will have someone who considers himself the bomb will be joining the F list. Someone is hungry for nuts in our random panel of the week. We've got a lot of comic book news. Earlier in the show, early in our pre-show today, we even had a quick do you know question about, who in Youngblood issue 1 killed somebody with a pen. It was Shaft.
It was Rob Liefeld with us.
He killed the audience.
It was Rob Liefeld, and what he killed was good taste.
Oh my God.
The early 90s, Rob Liefeld in his prime, I guess we'd say.
Right.
It was funny that when I remember as a kid buying that book, because like I said, I bought every Image book that came out, and the guy at the shop who owned the shop was, making fun of me. He's like, look at this, look at the background action lines, and then he was holding up a Spawn cover. He's like, look, a background. I'm like, all that background is like a giant cape. It takes up like the whole background, and then it's got like one cross-shaped tombstone on it. Like, that's the example that you're using for backgrounds. I mean,
my lord,
McFarlane stuff is good, but you could have picked a better example of a background.
I always thought Spawn could have used about 30 more pockets.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, even Spawn had like the pocket thing around his leg.
He did. Yeah.
What is the guy that's like the demon from hell need pockets for? What is he keeping there? Snacks?
Carrying rocks? I don't know.
Yeah. Carrying bad rocks.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
Rock, I've got some rocks in here, just like you.
I'm bedrock now. All right. We'll put rocks and Youngblood and all that behind. I'm sure there'll be more. I'm sure Rob Liefeld will come up with something else with the name Blood in it somewhere in the comic book news. But we've got a lot of comic book news, guys.
Youngblood, Blood Strike,
Blood Wolf was that one? Yeah. Blood. Then there's the Deadpool Bad Blood, Badder Blood. There's probably going to be Baddest Blood. The Final Blood.
Oh my God. One more blood.
Zero, the Prelude of Blood.
Pool of Blood.
Bloody Tampon.
Oh my God. All right.
Okay. Then hit that button. It's time to start us off with the rundown. Okay, the Batman, the Caped Crusader has gotten its release date. Also, there's been some Fantastic Four castings. John Malkovich has been cast. No one's not too sure who yet. Also,
I got ideas.
Some ideas.
I already said who I thought he would be playing.
We'll talk about it in a minute, Sonny. Go ahead.
Natasha Lyonne has been cast as well. That just came out today. And also, Ralph Ineson has been cast to play Galactus. So I think it's a very interesting cast. Also, there's been some more X-Men titles that have been set to be released. And From the Ashes coming in October. It says, mutants no longer have a homeland, but they still have a queen. Storm, From the Ashes, A New Beginning, October 24th. But also, this one made me think of our Kristen. Kristen, I know she's been going through some tough times, but Kristen, I hope this gives you a bit of motivation. I hope this helps you feel a little bit better. And that's because in September, her world tour begins. Dazzler, the series will come out.
That all
8 issues.
that all but confirms that Dazzler's gonna be in Deadpool.
We shall see, but that'd be good.
It does, but Swifties don't buy comic books. Like, let's
That's true.
If they might, if some of them will buy anything with Taylor Swift or
unless
it
they put
resembles
Taylor
her.
Swift, unless they put Taylor Swift on the cover of the books, her first appearance will go up because they'll want to buy that. But after that, maybe like Dazzler issue 1, but
yeah, that'll be it though. I agree with you. I think it'll be done after 8 or 10 issues. Yeah. The Storm one, however, I'm excited about that. Storm's one of my favorite X-Men, and to have her in her own book, I think is a great idea. I think she can carry her own book for quite a while, and that's definitely something I'm going to pick up.
Yeah, I mean, she can. We'll see. Honestly, like the only solo X character that's like consistently had long-running titles is Wolverine. I mean, Dazzler had, what did her book go, like 30-something issues?
I think so, something like that.
A long time ago, but every time they give a series to like Gambit, Nightcrawler, Storm, they don't last very long.
Gambit's lasted for a while. I think his went into the 30s, if I am not mistaken, like volume 2 or something like that. I'll look that up while you guys talk about this.
Okay, but also there's been some more news, and that is that Nicolas Cage is set to play Spider-Man Noir in the live-action series that is set to come out on Amazon Prime. And also there's been some release dates mentioned. Dan, thank you for helping me out, sending me some of these release dates earlier. Supergirl is set to come out, ready for this, June 26th, 2026. So we only got a little more than 2 years to go.
Well, that's going to be the second DCU movie. It's going to be Superman, and Supergirl's going to be the second one. So they're banking They're banking a lot on the Super family to start that DC universe out.
To put a bookend on Gambit, his volume 3 went 25 issues.
Okay.
25?
Yeah, so almost there.
And Deadpool, or it's not Deadpool, we've been talking Deadpool earlier. Daredevil Born Again, the series is still set to come out in 2025. No actual release date yet, but right now they're looking at March. And also the movie Mortal Kombat 2 does have a release date, and that is October 24th of 2025.
Interesting.
So a bit more than a year.
I watched half of the first remake of Mortal Kombat.
Well, they just put the new, or I guess the last one up on. I saw they just put it up on Netflix because I want to watch that. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
The newest one.
Yeah,
yeah, the one that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because I know the sequel coming out is a sequel to that.
Yeah, maybe it'll be better than Armageddon. Armageddon was terrible, but
Armageddon with Ben Affleck.
No, Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
Annihilation
or Annihilation. Yeah, see, it was so bad I don't even remember. Either way, but
Armageddon was a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
I was just saying, like, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, starring Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck.
Why you riding the nuclear missile, Liu Kang? I don't know. And feel power between my legs. But anyways, Cape Crusader gets release date.
Yeah, August 1st is the day. Yeah.
Here's my thoughts on that. Keith's got something about Spider-Man Noir. We'll talk about that here in a second. Lithograph says MK Annihilation was god awful. I saw that in theaters, for goodness sake. So did I.
I'm not happy.
I snuck in to see that and
snuck back out.
It was so bad. Like the special effects in it were bad. Everything was terrible.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
But you will die.
But Cape Crusader, right? So I believe that's going on Amazon. I've seen a lot of people throw their arms up in the air and throw a fit about it. Here's my thoughts on that, right? It's Elseworld stuff. It's not on Max, or it's not anything. It's on Amazon. It's Elseworlds as far as I'm concerned. So they have the liberty to do different takes on different characters. I think the big stink that a lot of people had was Harley Quinn. I honestly could give a shit. It's not something I'm going to rush out and watch. The Superman show that's on Max right now, or I think is on Cartoon Network, during Adult Swim, if that's even right. I haven't even watched that. Everybody says that's great. It is what it is. People are going to like it and people are going to hate it. So I'm not going to watch it. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it down if I haven't seen it. Yeah, because the thing is that Harley Quinn, it's that they're changing her, right? She's
She's Asian.
like
I
Karen,
think.
she's Asian. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean,
I like her the original way, but hey, I mean, it happens. Like it's Elseworlds story, so why?
right.
I'm not gonna get all upset.
And it's the same thing I say about like remakes and stuff like that, or when they do alternate takes on characters and stuff, even though I may not like it. If you know, if you don't like it that much, the original stuff is still there. You can go read that or watch that and completely ignore the other thing. There's no reason to shit on it for everybody else or the other people that may or may not be interested in it. Velma, for example, it's absolutely atrocious, right? But
that's terrible. I watched the first episode and I was like, I like the people that are like doing this show, but
yeah,
this just isn't funny.
but if you like Scooby-Doo and you hate Velma, then just don't watch Velma. I mean, everybody watched it, so now it got greenlit for a second season. Way to go, guys!
Just do what I do. If you don't care for it, don't watch it. Yeah.
You talk with your money, ladies and gentlemen, and in the case of streaming, you talk with your viewership. The less views on it mean that it isn't doing that well. So that's how we communicate with corporations.
I mean, look when they were trying to bring Young Justice back when it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, the creators said, "Look, you want to bring it back." Like they gave us a window and said, "If you get a certain viewership in this window, like it shows us people are interested, we'll bring it back." And they were like, "Everybody go on and watch it." Like I remember then, I was like, "I want a new season of Young Justice." I remember I would like turn on Netflix in the morning and have it start playing Young Justice, and then leave it on all day while I went to work.
Now, there is one thing that I must commend the troll crowd on, and that is when they convinced Sony to re-release Morbius in studios for a second round. They're
That
like,
was awesome.
Okay, yeah, we had our fun. We'll watch it this time, we promise. And they're like, oh, okay, great. Coming back to theaters, Morbius, and nobody fucking went, and it was amazing.
That was awesome. One thing,
Did you see they just put Madam Web on Netflix?
it's already out, yeah.
I don't have Netflix, so
one show that I haven't watched, I do actually want to watch. It is The Boys. And actually, a quick news about The Boys.
Hey, Joe, good to see you, man. Glad you're here in the chat with everybody.
So one thing about The Boys, like I said, it's a show I do want to watch, so I know I got to get to it.
Yeah.
But they've already greenlit season 5 before season 4 has even
aired its so good. It's amazing.
I'm really torn on it because while I do like the show, I'm also annoyed that they've strayed so far from the comic that there's stuff from the comic I really wanted to see that we'll never get to see now because the way that they've strayed from it, like there's just no way that they can do it. So like I said, I'm torn that way. Like I like it, but you know, I wish that there's stuff that I could have seen that we're not going to see now.
Joe, Craven actually got pushed back to the end of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, that movie's gonna suck.
December 13th.
I can already tell from the trailers. It just looks.
It's not going to be good.
I'm tempted to watch Madam Web on Netflix because I want to see how bad it is. Like I want to put it on at work while I'm like, when I'm like doing the mail or doing other stuff, so I don't have to pay attention to it. But I don't want to do it right away so that it like.
Hey, Bougie, good to see you, man.
So it helps the streaming numbers and they like think that it's good. Like,
right.
I kind of want to see how bad it actually is for myself.
Oh my God. I can't wait to see it on YouTube in 1080p and do it that way. That would be amazing.
I'll tell you what, I'll watch it on Netflix. I'll tell you what I'll do, Tim. I'll play it on Netflix and then I'll set my phone up and record it playing on my computer on my phone. And then I will send you the video of that, and you can watch it that way.
That's wonderful. Joe here says Madam Web is about a 3 out of 10. I've heard that's a very generous score for that movie. My buddy Brian told me he watched it the other night or last night or something like that. He was like, it was absolutely atrocious. He said it was not good at all. So
I mean, like you said, Sonny, they announced the Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir thing. Now it's, knock on wood if it actually gets made, because this stuff gets announced all the time and then quietly slips away and never gets made. But if they actually make it, I saw people on this group on Facebook complaining about it. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, that's going to be fantastic. Somebody commented on there like, Nicolas Cage is a terrible actor. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, yeah, Nicolas Cage has made some duds,
Willy's Wonderland. He had no speaking parts, and that man had more range in an hour and a half than I had seen in a long time.
Yeah, but if you see, that movie, if you see,
the adaptation. Acting in this movie.
Yeah, the Weatherman
was fantastic. Leaving Las Vegas Las Vegas that he won the Oscar for. What was that movie? Pig. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love Con Air.
I love Con Air. Con Air is a great movie, and the cast of it is so good.
Steve Buscemi.
I saw this interview with John Malkovich where he talked about that, and he was working on a play, and he had this playwright staying with him. And he had just gotten the script for Con Air, and this playwright was staying with him because they were working on writing something. And he had the script there, and he looked at it, and he was like, Con Air. And he just looked at the cast list on there, or like the names of the characters, and he was like, oh, it's called Con Air, and all the characters are named after like old romantic writers from the 16th century or something. And he said that's all he did, and he took the script and he threw it across the room. And the guy that was the playwright said, hey, do you mind if I go read it? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And then next morning he said the playwright guy came in and said, oh, you were right to pass on that movie's a piece of shit. And he goes, oh, I'm gonna do the movie. And he's like, what? He goes, I'm gonna do the movie because that movie's gonna make a ton of money. He's like, but you threw the script. He's like, I don't need to read it. I saw the name of it, and I saw the names of the characters, and that's all I needed to know to tell me that the movie's going to be huge. I'm like, and it was so stupid, and it was fantastic.
Oh my
Cyrus
God.
the Virus Grissom.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, I love that movie. That is,
I did too.
I'm gonna have to watch it again. It's been a while.
Danny
John Cusack and Steve Buscemi and Ving Rhames, and I mean the cast of it's so good.
I remember Danny Trejo's like, "Do you know what I am?" And Cameron Poe's like, "Ugly all day."
I remember Nicolas Cage like, "Put the bunny down."
All of this for Nicolas Cage being Peter Parker and Spider-Man Noir, ladies.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I saw somebody else commenting like, "Oh, all these properties that they could be making, and this is what they choose to make, and it's only because of Spider-Man." I'm like, yeah, you know what? You just have to resign yourself to the fact that even though we're in the golden age of them adapting comics into TV shows, movies, you're not gonna get everything. Maybe you'll get some of this stuff at some point, but you're not going to get everything. So be happy with what you get. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Like I said, there's stuff that comes out that I look at and I'm like, this looks stupid. All I'll do is I'll say my piece and I'll say, I don't think this looks good. This is why I'm not interested in it. And I'll just move past it. And with all the amount of reboots that they do nowadays, I'll just say, like, I don't like most of the Fantastic Four cast. So I'm like, all right, this is the 4th iteration of live action Fantastic Four. So I'll say, you know what? I'll wait 15 years if we have not killed ourselves off as a species.
Yeah.
Until we get the next iteration of it.
So here's Keith's comment from a little bit ago. He says, I'm a little skeptical of a Spider-Man Noir movie. Well, it's going to be a TV show because so much of the appeal in Into the Spider-Verse was that he was funny and didn't really have to carry that movie. That is exactly true. And with that being said, Keith, I hope that when they do the live action version of this, they keep a little bit of that humor, but they don't rely on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with Nicolas Cage, sometimes things like to put him in like all these crazy stuff. But like we were just saying, he can act pretty good, or he can act very good if he truly, wants to, given a good enough script.
Corman Fantastic Four is the greatest Fantastic Four movie ever made. If you haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen, you can find. I own it. You can buy it on eBay as a bootleg, or you can find it on YouTube relatively easy.
Yeah, but speaking of Fantastic Four, John Malkovich, my pick. I think he's going to play Puppet Master.
I agree. I
That's
think
what I think
that's
he's
who
gonna
they're
play.
going to have him as his puppet master.
No, he's definitely going to be Aunt Petunia.
He could pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to change it to Uncle Petunia. And what's the other guy? The Hauser. He's going to be Franklin Richards.
Who?
What's the big fat guy from Cobra Kai?
Oh,
What was his name?
Paul Welker,
Walter
whatever his
Hauser
name
or
is.
something? Walter William Hauser, something like that.
I'm calling Mole Man on that one.
Yeah, he'll be Franklin Richards, and
Perfect.
Natasha Lyonne. She'll be Dr. Doom.
She'll be Herbie.
Outside
As I said,
of,
I said edgy barista girl.
Yeah, there
She's
you
like,
go.
yeah, here's your drink, Jeannie. Oh, it's Johnny. Whatever.
She's
I like
Alicia
the guy.
Masters, all
The
the way.
guy that they cast for Galactus. I'm like, yes, he'll be a
Yeah, I
good
think he'll be good.
Galactus. Almost everyone else in the cast that they've announced who they're playing, I'm like,
Yeah. I actually saw Iban yesterday, the
Yeah.
actor who plays Think, because I was looking on the set of The Bear, and yeah, I saw him there. He's a pretty tall
oh, that's
guy.
such a good show.
Nice.
Yes, I do love The Bear. Yeah, so
Are they
it's
doing? They're working on season 3 now.
It's pretty much over, and then season 3 next month premieres the whole season.
Oh, that's
So-
great, man! That way, I just finished season. I just added Hulu to my Disney Plus a couple weeks ago, and just finished
Yeah, Joe.
season
I'm
2
with you on
last
that
week.
one.
Yeah, so it is a good show. So yeah, I've worked on each season, and yeah, so now this is the first time I actually worked on season 3.
Keith, I will take that bet. $10 says Patton Oswalt voices Herbie. I'll take it.
Yeah, could happen. Yeah.
That
Really?
covers
Because
the
they
news.
already cast him in that atrocious Pip the Troll.
Oh well, yeah, that's true. But
Wait, he's gonna play Pip the Troll for real? Or?
he already is.
He is. It was at the post-credit scene of Eternals, which
Yeah.
who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Since that movie was so terrible, maybe they're just like, we're just going to pretend like this didn't happen.
Just
Okay, so I didn't even see it. Okay, so I guess I don't need to see it.
It's pretty bad.
He's like the Snoop Dogg of genre shows and movies. Absolutely.
I mean, he was MODOK.
His greatest performance was when he did the filibuster in Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
I love it. Churning butter. That was amazing.
And then if you look at it, like, the stuff that he called with the way Boba Fett survived, like, that's how it happened in the show.
The showrunners watched Parks and Rec before they started writing the script. Absolutely.
And like that filibuster.
They gotta watch something.
That filibuster he did in Parks and Rec was like, I think it was all him. Like I think he said something where he said the only thing in the script where they said like just rant about nerdy stuff, and he just like went on this whole rant, and it was like all stream of consciousness.
So we got some comments from Joe.
Joe says, "Who will play Willie Lumpkin? I almost wish for CGI Stan Lee. Unknown.
I mean, he was the Willie Lumpkin in the Chris Evans Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And Joe says he also enjoyed the Eternals movie. I liked it too. I thought it was okay.
God, it was so boring.
Well, yeah.
The one thing you mean is it's so long, so that's why I just haven't gotten to watch it yet.
Selma Hayek was in it though, and yeah,
There you go.
there's that. So
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't age.
no.
it was, getting past the fact that they completely changed almost every character, but they could do it because how many people really care about the Eternals that much?
Raise your hand real quick.
But they,
Yeah, okay.
I mean, other than Cersei, just because she was in the Avengers so long, like I don't really care that much about them. But
Right.
the movie was just, other than the fact that it was like very clear that they did have an agenda with the way that they went about changing the characters. It was just boring. Like it was, they tried to introduce too many characters at one time and make you care about them. And they should have done it as a series and not a movie because it was too much to fit into one movie.
Right. Joe says it was a little bit of drama in it, and MCU doesn't do drama. They do, but Eternals, I think, suffered from too much of that. Everybody got used to the MCU being action-packed with drama sprinkled in, and the Eternals tried to flip that equation, and it didn't really work out. I agree with you, Dan.
Maybe
I think
I will
it
have to
could have
give it a
been better
watch.
as a series. Than
So you want more of it. You wanted more.
No, I didn't want
10
more.
hours.
I just feel like it was too much story
Yeah.
for that small of a movie. And honestly, the only character that I ended up thinking was even remotely entertaining was Kamal Nanjiani's character. I can't even remember who he played though. I just remember that being the only character that was even like relatively interesting in it.
It's true.
One of the actors, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, but one of the actors in there, he before he did the Eternals, he was in a Spider-Man fan film as Spider-Man Peter Parker,
Ooh.
and then ended up later on being one of the main characters in the Eternals. Real quick, I should look him up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Joe says here, Jon Snow says he won't be coming back as Black Knight, so he will not be in the Blade movie. That's interesting. I haven't heard that.
Well, from what I saw, it wasn't that he said he wasn't coming back. He just said that he wasn't in the Blade movie, which I don't think anybody really expected it to be. From what I saw, he didn't say he wasn't coming back. It just said he didn't know anything about the future. But I mean, that's common for all the MCU actors where you ask them like, hey, what's coming next? And they all say like, I don't know. So
they haven't told me anything. So
yeah, so I took it to mean it doesn't really mean that he's not coming back. It's just they haven't told him what. Because all these guys, they sign them all to these like multi-picture contracts.
Yep, sure do. And then they pick and choose where they put them in there. So yeah.
And the actor I was talking about was Barry. I may be pronouncing his last name. He's an Irish actor, Barry Keoghan.
Is he the one that was in Game of Thrones?
No, he's the one that was Joker in that deleted scene from the Robert Pattinson movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was years ago, he was in a Spider-Man fan film and he was Spider-Man. So he's working his way up.
Joe, they cannot afford Robert Downey Jr. anymore, so I don't think he'll be back. But Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America. They're going to be doing a series about him returning the Infinity Stones.
Oh, really? I didn't hear it. I'd like to see that, though. I haven't heard anything about it.
Yep, that was I saw that in the news, I think, earlier today. But
there you go. There's some more news for it. Hey, a lot of news today.
Yeah, there you go.
Downey Jr., when he left, he said, I'm done. I'm not coming back anymore. That's it. Fast forward a couple of years, great, and really up until Oppenheimer, he hadn't really done anything. Like all the stuff he'd done was kind of flops. And then Oppenheimer, I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. It's probably he's great in it. He won the Oscar, and but now he's saying, yeah, I might go back. So I think
he is in another show too now.
I think that he'll come back in, as well as some of the other ones will come back in Secret Wars as
they do cameos.
Maybe a cameo, maybe like a thing at the end. But I think after that, they'll have him come. I think it'll be like Hugh Jackman and Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, all right, they're going to come back one more time, but that's going to be it.
Oh, we got Frankie here in the chat. Pika Ramen Pika. There you go.
Oh, the Pika Ramen, it was actually, if we see it, it shows up as Pikachu like eating.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So,
Frankie's
Ramen.
over on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. But Sonny, Dan, that pretty much covers the rundown. What say we move on to something very random?
Oh, I was going to say real quick, though, you mentioned the Storm series. Did you mention she's also joining the Avengers?
Oh, yeah. She's issue 14, I think. Yeah.
Storm joining the Avengers.
Yeah.
It'll be weird. I always think of her as an part of the X-Men. Quite a few X-Men. Yeah, quite a few X-Men have joined the Avengers, like Beast,
Wolverine, Havoc, Quicksilver, Rogue.
Oh yeah.
I mean, wasn't the last X-Men team, or wasn't the last Avengers team? It was an Uncanny Avengers. It was like, here's a bunch of X-Men and Captain America.
Yes.
And see in the comments, Frankie, just so you know, I'm a big Pokemon fan, so I do love Pokemon. And I got it. I can play some Pokemon Go right now.
Oh, fantastic.
A little bit later. I'll do that.
Joe, yes, we did. I know all three of us have caught the season finale, X-Men 97. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not watching that, go watch it. All 10 episodes are out right now. In my personal opinion, I think it is the best thing Marvel has put out in years, and I think it is one of the best things Marvel's put out ever.
I'll say this, and it's not really a spoiler. Make sure that you watch every episode. Make sure you watch the opening credits. You don't have to watch the previously seen on, but make sure you watch the opening credits and pay attention to them, because there's little little scenes in there that change from episode to episode that tease stuff. And also, I pointed this out when I did one of the reviews with Sal. Every episode, when they have the character say previously on X-Men, it's a different character every episode.
Yep.
The other character is the one whose voice says the previously on X-Men is a character that has some major thing happen to them, or is the focus of, they either have something major happen to them in the episode, or they're the focus of the episode.
Joe, I'm going to leave your comment in the chat so people can see that. I'm not going to throw it up on screen because the episode is incredibly fresh, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
And one thing, Joe, when you asked, I've been up for the past, 9, because the first episode was 2 at the same time, but at 3 a.m., I'm up and ready, except for the one time when I had COVID, but I made sure to wake up and I was like, I could put the TV on. But so I catch it before everybody, before I see any spoilers. Yeah. But now there's quite a bit of comic news going on. But like you said, Tim, like a minute ago, let's get on to something a little random, something a little nuts.
Ooh, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Random panel of the week.
Random panel of the week. And there we go. And it looks like the Jay Garrick Flash. It says, shortly the Scarlet Speedster wobbles down the street and he says, I feel funny. I want to eat nuts. Hundreds of nuts. Dan, you put that on the comic character of the day Facebook page a little while ago. How did you find that?
I find these random panels, and there's a couple different ways I find them. Sometimes, and I don't remember that one specifically. Sometimes I find them on Instagram. There's a page I follow on there. I think it's called like Comics Out of Context or something like that has a lot of them. So I'll use some from that. Some of them I find on Pinterest. Some of them I find on, like, I'll just go on Google and just type in like.
Hey, Liz, good to see you.
What's up?
Let's talk about a random panel of the week.
Like out of comic, I'll type in like, out of comic panels or funny comic panels. Sometimes it'll just be me reading a book and I'm like, oh, that's a good panel. And then I'll, like look up that page and issue number online so I can find it myself. Because there's one that I found when I was reading an issue of Wolverine where him and Captain America like break into this
building
base, and they have to put on these tuxes of these like 2 guards that they knock out, and Wolverine's I think it's tuxes, and Wolverine's complaining about how the suit doesn't fit right, and Captain America says, yeah, because most people aren't built like a box.
We may have to have that one on here pretty soon. That's a good one. But this one I did think it was pretty funny. The Flash, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's the Jay Garrick one.
Yeah, that's Jay Garrick.
That's golden age.
Yeah, he wants to eat nuts, hundreds of nuts.
I mean, you get a lot of protein that way, I guess.
Eat bar nuts. There you go.
I went to look up. I was trying to figure out like where this issue was from, and I'm like Flash hungry for nuts. And I'm like, ooh, uh-oh. But then it was mostly kept leading me to the Flash movie, and when Michael Keaton says you want to get nuts. So.
Sonny, your Maria is going to look at your search history and be like, what the hell, dude? What?
Yeah.
Why? No, sweetheart, it's for work. I promise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like nuts and
every week that Sonny gets like tries to, because I know most of the panels you use are like the ones that I post on the Character of the Day page, and I know like every week when you're researching, trying to find where it came from, that like you're just moving higher and higher on that FBI watch.
I will agree with you there.
Oh, he's at it again.
Yeah, what is he looking up? This
come here, guys.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah,
checking all this stuff out. All right, keep an eye on him, fellas.
Wolverine. Oh, what is he trying to? Wolverine reading Hustler. Really?
Oh yep, mark that one down.
Oh yeah, that one wasn't one of mine though. That was one that you found, right?
I think and that was like said too when sometimes when you're just reading. Now when we read certain comics, I'm like, that's a good idea for that. Yeah.
Wow.
Last time the Avengers all naked. Yep, we're naked, and
that one I knew where it was from. That was from New Avengers.
Yeah.
When Bendis launched that terrible series.
Yeah. So.
I like that series. I'm working on finishing that run.
The artwork on it was good. The team just, Ugh, such a mishmash of characters.
That's true.
Wolverine never should have been an Avenger.
He was a new Avenger.
It doesn't mean he could be a new Avenger, an old Avenger, a middle school Avenger. He's not a character that belongs on that team.
No, he belongs
must
on
agree.
X-Force or X-Men or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. All right.
Guys, speaking of nuts, you know what? Sometimes, I mean, there are guys out there who love nuts, but there are a lot of ladies who love nuts. And then, you know, squirrels love nuts. A lot of things love nuts. But, you know, talking about the ladies, sometimes the ladies love. I'll give, you know, tell you guys a little thing, you know, a little advice, guys, when it comes to the ladies. Sometimes the ladies love an alpha male.
Ooh, that's true.
So that brings us to the F list.
I crack up every time I put that on.
And today, joining the F list
Oh,
is the bomb.
yeah, and let me find the perfect one to start us off with.
And there we go. There is the bomb has arrived.
Oh my god.
There he is, just a big, strong, bald guy. He's got glasses, sunglasses on. He's, you know, he got huge muscles. He's got a leather jacket.
Right.
He looks like a oversized biker. And there he is, getting out of prison, like alpha males, right? Yeah, but I'm like the alpha male of alpha males. Get it?
Skibbity Toilet, Sigma, Ohio. There you go.
And there he is. Bless you. And
He
there,
inhales Riz and exhales confidence. Oh, moving
and
on.
there he is trying to impress Power Girl. And there he is with little Power Girl tighty whities on. He says, "This gorgeous mug, still not impressed?" And Power Girl says, "Can't say that I am." And he says, "Well, there's something else I can do. I call it touching the spot."
Oh my god.
And there he is. If you could see that he also has a tattoo on his finger. One hand says girl, but the other hand said power. So there he is.
Oh, so he's a fan.
Oh, and there he is. Man, this is heavy as he knocks down a building.
Oh my god. Keith says he looks so 90s he couldn't survive the Y2K bug. Liz, so true, Keith. That's absolutely amazing. Power Girl's little man in the boat. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh Lord. Sonny.
So those are the pictures of the bomb. Now, Dan, a while ago you had sent this character to me saying that this guy should join the F list, and I completely agree. So now I wanted to wait till you were on here. So I think you and I know a bit about the bomb.
Yes.
So Tim,
let Tim.
would you like to guess the history, the origin of
All right.
the bomb?
So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I know more about Da Bomb than Dan and Sonny do combined. So get ready. Let me cleanse the old palate here. So Chad Tate is his name. He was an alpha from the beginning. He was the firstborn of one. He is in a wolf pack of one, ladies and gentlemen.
Firstborn of one.
And he has done nothing but inhale Riz and exhale confidence from the moment he took his first breath. The doctors didn't want to crack him on the tail to get him to cry. He spoke his first words and said, "No, doc, betas don't touch me. Only alphas can, and you're nowhere near that. You're Sigma at best, Ohio Skibbity Toilet." Moving forward with the rest of his young life, he grew up in the finest hotels, drank the finest cottage cheese, and enjoyed no school lunch ever. He was given everything he wanted by those betas beneath him, and it worked out until he discovered Power Girl. When he discovered Power Girl, he tried his alpha advances to no avail. She thought he was a beta at best. And Chad Tate did not agree with that. So he decided to turn his alpha ways into something more productive, and he tattooed Power and Girl on his fists. because no beta could touch him. Only he could touch himself because he is an alpha, right? And only alphas can give themselves the best possible care. So that's what he did. He tried to convince Power Girl that he was, in fact, not a beta, but the alpha male, hence his name being Chad. His mother didn't even name him because he was too alpha for that. He came up with the name Chad on his own and idolized the Tates growing up. But yeah, Power Girl, who herself is an alpha. She is no Sigma. She does not skibbity riz. She is not Ohio or anything like that. She is way better than Da Bomb, and he chose that name because he thought that a beta name might convince her that he himself was alpha, because he wanted to go and take a beta name and make it better. She disagreed and beat shit out of him, and that's that.
We're glad we picked you, Tim, to get the origin
I've been listening
bomb.
talk about skibbity riz, skibbity toilet, and all this stuff, Ohio. Thank you, brother, and all this other shit. So yeah, I know all about it.
All right, well,
You know,
are you ready?
confidence, exhale, riz.
Well, are you ready to hear
No.
about this alpha male, the bomb?
Absolutely not.
His actual last week we had the chipmunk hunk. This week we have the bomb, whose
Da
name
Bomb.
is Lucius Funk.
Oh wow, Keith says he was ahead of his time.
Some might say he is. Yeah, you could definitely see some fun fandoms with the bomb. So his name is Lucius Funk, but he even told Power Girl before, you can call me Lucius. Lucius. And that his mom doesn't even call him Lucius.
Right, because he's alpha.
Because he's such an alpha male. No surprise he's bad. He's single. No surprise there, too.
Yeah, there you go.
He was created by Jeff Johns, David S. Goyer, and Patrick Gleason. His first appearance, in which is one of only like, he hasn't been in many comics, but his first appearance.
It's been like 2 appearances.
Pretty much. JSA 39 of October 2002. Yeah, I don't know how he somehow escaped the 90s. I don't know how that. Well, maybe he was an idea from the 90s. Like, oh, yeah, we forgot about this guy.
Well, I think the underwear that he's wearing. Where is it? Nope, not that
Sure,
one.
those whitey tighties. There
That
we
one
go.
right there. His Power Girl skivvies.
Yep. So his Lucius Funk's origin is unknown, but
no, it's not. I just told you.
Well, there we go. Well,
online,
according to DC fandom, it's unknown. But you know, just right on the CODEX podcast,
right
on the CODEX podcast, Tim told the origin of the bomb.
You know, it's funny because Tim has that same belt buckle.
I do. It's sitting in my closet right now.
Yeah, the belt buckle pointing down.
The
he
bomb
used to wear that
like
when his band. He used to wear that on stage when he was in his band.
Oh, all the time. I was so Sigma back then. It's not even funny.
But yeah, I like what Joe said. A Lobo clone. But this guy Lucius Funk, like I said, he went to prison, and when he got out, he was obsessed with Power Girl. But it was due to before how he ran into Power Girl at a baseball game. So I got this part from JSA 39, and where Lucius Funk, the bomb, said, "I'm your knight in shining armor, baby. April 8th, 1999, 11:13 a.m. I remember, man. You were at that charity ball game. I was in the stands. We shared a look, you and I." And Power Girl replied, We most definitely did not share a look." And he said, "Oh, come on, honey bear. I know you felt something. That was like a full-on Leo DiCaprio, Kate what's-her-name moment."
Kate what's-her-name?
But it gets even better.
Oh, my God.
You're reading this in the wrong voice, Sonny. I imagine him having this like really heavy like Guido New York accent.
Maybe the next time I'll have you get onto the bomb.
Oh, baby, the bomb has arrived. Like he's definitely got a Jersey Shore vibe to him.
There you go.
I didn't see that. And she says, "Look, mister," and he says, "You can call me Luscious. I don't let anybody call me." He said, "I don't let anybody call me that. Not even my mama. But for you, I'm Luscious Lucius. I'm the L dog in the double down dance hall style." And she says, and Power Girl even said, "What the hell are you talking about?" He said, the bomb said, "I'm talking about love." I'm talking about you and me sharing a connection. And then he says to give him a kiss. And Power Girl says, absolutely not. And then that's when the two get into a fight. Look at
Oh my God. The bomb is here with his sidekick, Boom Boom Diggity. Right? There you go.
So, yeah, the bomb.
Boom Boom down.
Oh my Lord.
I see,
That's way back.
Now look at the comments. I see we got quite a few people. Yeah, I could definitely see him with the Jersey Shore vibe. But yeah, the bomb, like I said, he wasn't the bomb. He didn't impress Supergirl. He was defeated.
Power Girl.
With Power, yeah.
He didn't impress Supergirl either.
He wouldn't impress Supergirl either. But yeah, so Power Girl defeated him. And one time he did go to prison. He was sent to prison. But later he got out and he was hired by a shadowy character to kill the Justice Society. Once again, Power Girl defeated him.
Of course.
He's always trying to, because he's in love with her. And
who isn't? Can't blame him on that.
Liz, a Jersey Shore guy for sure. Absolutely. What was the dude's name in Jersey Shore, like the main character guy? Shoot, I can't remember his name.
Paulie D, the guy that's doing the guy that's doing the Dave and Buster's commercials now.
Probably that guy. He's like that guy.
DJ Paulie D or something. Isn't that his name? I never
Paulie D. Yeah, I know
there was one here, but
yeah, Joe. There you go, Paulie D.
I watched all of about 5 minutes of Jersey Shore. And I was like, man, like when I was channel surfing once, and I came on, I was like, what's this? I watched for about 5 minutes. I was like, man, these people are trash. Why do people want to watch this? And they quickly changed. It was one of it. It was. I watched like 5 minutes of it, and it was when one of the. What was the one girl on there that was like
Snooki?
Yeah, Snooki. Was that her name?
Yeah.
They were like at a club or something. She was on the dance floor, and it was her walking off. She's like, I pissed myself. And she like pissed herself on the dance floor and like went in the bathroom, and then she went right back out. And I'm like, but your clothes are still like covered in piss. And I was like, I'm changing the channel, man. This is garbage.
Well, we just have some bad news. Joe says there's a British one called Geordie Shore. Oh.
Well, Sonny will know all about that one.
Oh my Lord!
I'd rather pit them behind and get back to the bomb. You know what? They're not the bomb. But back to the bomb. His powers are super strength, super durability, energy projection, which Funk has an ability he refers to as his touching the spot, like in that picture before, it's just touching the spot. And with this, he can agitate individual molecules in an object, usually starting a chain reaction that explodes the object.
Wow.
And then
he does have like legit big time powers.
He does, yeah. It's just he happened to take on Power Girl and lost.
He's a fucking loser.
Yeah. He truly is, yeah. That is why. Yeah.
That's the greatest use of the F-bomb this episode so far.
And just say he may be able to fly, but he might just simply be able to just jump a lot. But yeah, like you said, Power's pretty legit. Like I said, he's just a complete loser. And like I said, I was getting put in prison thinking that Power Girl had a thing with him because they shared a look, as he says. Yeah.
Jesus, Joe.
If you touch the spot, it helps the relationship.
I mean, I think I speak for all three of us when I say like to touch Power Girl's spot.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. But the bomb, can't blame him for his choice and who he's in love with. Other than that, he's the complete douchebag, and as he considers himself alpha. But like I said, he didn't just say alpha. Even in that picture shows, he says he's alpha male.
In all honesty, I did not expect this much out of the bomb. Let me just put that out there. We are getting more out of this than we rightfully should.
Oh man, and Dan, I didn't even notice his belt buckle until you pointed out. Yeah, he has a belt buckle pointing down. When you call yourself alpha male and you have belt buckles pointing down, I think he's trying to make up for lack of something.
Right, there you go. Probably drives a big truck too. But anyways,
guys, I personally do not think the bomb leaves the F list. I think he needs to stay there. I think he's one of our best F listers. Like we said, he's a lot of fun. Now I need to get that JSA issue 39 because when I was going through it, I was like, this is a fun issue. This guy is something else. I may
the
have to get
bomb,
every issue he's in.
he is
All
beta
three
at
of them.
best. So I think he stays on the F list.
I'll say this. I'll give you a way that he could come off the F list and become a legitimate threat.
What?
They keep, because he does have like a legit, big time powers.
Yeah.
They have him. Joe said I always want to know more about Condiment King.
We did
Oh
have
my
the Condiment King on the F list.
We did a while ago.
Yeah. But yeah, somewhere the Condiment King was on the F list.
But here's how you make the bomb. God, he's got to change his name though.
Yeah.
Here's how you make the bomb a legitimate threat, because he does have big time powers, and they keep him with the obsession with Power Girl, but instead of playing it for laughs, they play it for like legit stalker vibes, where he gets out and he decides she's got to be she belongs with me, and he starts going after all the people in her life that are close to her, killing them, hurting them, whatever.
Jeez,
trying to get to her, like a real stalker would. Like, you don't deserve to be there. That's the only way that they have him go full psychopath. That's the only way that they could make him a legitimate threat, because otherwise
that's
he's
good idea. Yeah.
Like
otherwise he's just
fridge Power Girl.
What'd you say?
Like attempt to fridge Power Girl, like they did with Kyle Rayner's girlfriend.
Yeah,
like he just everybody else. Like he's just wants her.
He just goes after like all of her, whatever her supporting cast is, whatever heroes are around her that aren't like real overpowered. That's the only way they make him a legitimate threat. Otherwise, he's the Jersey Shore on steroids.
So there is the bomb on the F list, and actually, I did find back in my notes. Condiment King was actually in episode. We went over the Condiment King in episode 86 of the Codex podcast.
There you go. That was way back. Thanks, Joe. You are all right yourself.
Was that after Condiment King was on Harley Quinn?
Probably.
Yeah, I believe it was after too. Yeah.
He says, is one of his powers making people talk to the hand? Is he all that in a bag of chips? My God.
His hand, one that says power, another one that says girl.
Oh, wow.
Girl, talk to the hand.
Because Condiment King was funny on there with his rivalry with Kite Man.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Condiment King was made specifically for the animated series, was he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So was Harley
mustard
Quinn.
in people's eyes. Yeah.
Yep.
So many F listers. And like we said, today, the bomb joins the F list.
This is great.
Yeah, I think he stays on the F list.
Yes, very much so.
I think he is the leader of the F list, though. like whenever the F list gets together as a team and they're like the F list brigade, I think he steps up as their leader.
He's the alpha male.
I will adjust the title sequence with the bomb in it now. I've been waiting for a good one. He is it.
The bomb.
He's the alpha male until he gets some heavy flow sprayed in his face.
Oh, that's another one. Oh God, I forgot all about her, but Gary didn't.
Oh no, she lives in Uncle Gary's mind every day, rent free. She's just there.
All right.
F list. Anybody watching? If you feel there's any F listers that you would like for us to mention, feel free to put it in the comments. Like Condiment King, we may have mentioned them before, but we also have recommendations because there are so many F listers to join and to discuss.
I mean, honestly, the guy that Kevin put up on Comic Character of the Day page on Facebook, the guy he put up as the character of the day today could be an F lister.
Was it the Tornado or something?
It is Texas Twister.
Wow.
Texas Twister. I was kind of like, I haven't seen him before. I may have to do some more research on the Texas Twister.
I mean, he's been around a long time, but yeah, he's kind of lame.
That's
but
fair.
You know what is not lame? And that is our sponsor.
Rogers, if he had the powers of Red Tornado.
Yeah.
But Tim, what do you like to tell us about our not lame sponsor, a very cool sponsor?
I absolutely would. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's sponsor for the Codex podcast and all live shows we're doing throughout the month of May is none other than my exclusive local comic shop, Nirvana Comics. Grant, Jasmine, McKay, the rest of the Nirvana Comics team, they have a comic for everybody, and they especially have a comic for you. Right there's the website, nirvanacomicsknoxville.com. You can order your book, set up a pull list, and so much more. They have a ton of exclusive books, and let me show you 2 of those right now. This is Cobra Commander #1. This is the store exclusive that they got done for Nirvana Comics, and they also have one for Duke as well, ladies and gentlemen. And there are other ones coming out for Ninja Turtles, Destro, Scarlet, and so much more. Guys, we want you to be a part of that. It's my exclusive shop, and I would love to extend that branch to you guys right there, nirvanacomicsknoxville.com. And you can find them on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, right here on YouTube at Nirvana Comics Knoxville as well. And if you are in the Knoxville area, ladies and gentlemen, right there's a website. Head on over there. I'm there every Saturday. And if you go there when I'm not there, tell them Tim from CODEX sent you. You'll get a big, crisp high five, ladies and gentlemen. Nirvana Comics in Knoxville, Tennessee. They have a comic for everybody.
Tell them Tim sent you, and they'll give you the special deal: 2 comics for the price of 2.
There you go. That is also true. Duke cover is sweet. Absolutely, Joe. You can go right to the website and pick it up.
Oh, they got some cool exclusives there. That Cobra Commander one's nice.
That was
Farrell, the Dick Tracy one.
Here's Farrell. Mobius, we're still waiting for your information, buddy. This is ready to go out to you right now.
Congrats, Mobius.
So, yeah, on winning the last one. Oh, and another thing.
Decide which color pill to take.
And another thing, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not, don't forget we do have memberships and super chats available right here on YouTube. Cost of a comic book per month to be a member. If you are a member of the Codex Station, any of these comic books that we give away, if Nirvana gives us another store exclusive to give to you, the viewer, you are automatically entered in as a member of the Codex Station right here on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. You also have access to emojis, neat little badges for each month that you are a member, and so much more. Help Codex be the Hulk 180 we always wanted to be.
Yes, and thank you. And too, like I said, you get exclusive things. You get even exclusive shows. Not too long ago, me and Dan, we did a top 10.
Oh yeah,
show that will be going on there.
There's I think 4 or 5 members only videos up right now. So don't hesitate. Go ahead. Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, have some fun, and it's much appreciated.
Yeah, me and Sonny did I did 2 different ones with Sal, and I did one with Sonny that was good, where it was top 10 actors that should have played characters.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing it, and I look forward to all of you members checking it out and seeing it.
There you go.
And all right, everyone, now it is time to get to our review. And today, for the first time in a long time, I'm having Dan lead the review. I've been leading a lot of reviews, so now I'll have Dan pick this out. This is Legends of the Dark Claw. And still as usual, Tim will start us off with the credits.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Legends of the Dark Claw. This is from DC and Marvel's Amalgam Comics universe during the DC versus Marvel event in the 90s. This is the only issue out there. So it's written by Larry Hama, pencils by Jim Ballant. Am I saying that right? Ballant? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he was the Catwoman artist at the time, I think.
That's right. Inks by Ray McCarthy, colors by Pat Garahi, and letters by Bill Oakley.
All right, so like he said, it was this was part of the first wave of the Amalgam titles they did. When they did the second wave, they did do another Dark Claw book, but they did that in the style of Batman the Animated Series. I think it was called Dark Claw the Animated Series.
Yeah.
So like all the Amalgam books, this isn't meant to tell like a really compelling story. It's a one of one. And it was cool the way they did the amalgams, where like they had it come in like basically it was just another issue of a book. So you essentially like pick up while the story's going, and then it ends going into another story that you'll never get.
Yeah.
So it starts off with Dark Claw, who is Logan, fighting the Hyena, which is the cross between Joker and Sabretooth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fighting. He gets some help from his sidekick Sparrow, who is a combination of Jubilee and Robin. And they're doing the battle. Then it cuts to Huntress, who is Carol Danvers, breaking into his apartment, condo, whatever it is that's on there.
Yeah.
And he finds, his little,
Art
his little
studio.
thing in
Such a
his,
good
in
painter.
his closet, his art studio, where it's a bunch of paintings of claw slashes, and then finds his costume. And she's like, oh, the mysterious slogan is Dark Claw. At which point he gets home to find her there, takes her down to like the Dark Claw cave. Shows goes into the origin of him and Creed, how they were in this military unit together, and then they were experimented on. He became Dark Claw. Creed became Hyena, and then they go off all together at the end of the issue to fight Hyena again. And it cuts off saying like, oh, in the next issue that you'll never see because it doesn't exist. We got to go to some other reality to find where this is an ongoing book.
Yeah.
It goes into that. So that's pretty much what happens in the whole issue.
Yeah. Next issue, this claw, this crossbow.
Right.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on that, all these years later.
A couple decades later, still waiting. All right, Dan, this is the story that you picked out. Would you like to give a grade first?
I want to see what you guys have to say about it first.
Okay, then I will go. So, like I said, you pretty much went through the story of how it is. And for me, like you say, yeah, there's Dark Claw, who's the crossover between Wolverine and Batman. I felt was more Wolverine, even though the backstory did give a bit of both. Parents being killed, but then going to Canada. I felt was more Dark Claw seemed more like Wolverine. Hyena seemed more like the Joker. Spiro seemed way more like Jubilee. I mean, a little bit around, but a lot more Jubilee. And then Huntress, who was Carol Danvers, looked more like Carol Danvers, but seemed more like Catwoman to me, kind of like breaking and everything.
Yeah.
But I think it was an interesting story. And then the ending when they're at the end they go Hyena, they find out was going after the president, who we could see at the time was Bill Clinton. So even in Amalgam universe, Bill Clinton was the president of the United States at the time.
I did not have sex with that one.
But who knows? Maybe in the Amalgam universe, maybe he did.
Is that where he smells?
Maybe he admitted. So,
well, like you said, it is more Wolverine because they also had another Amalgam book that was Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, so an interesting Amalgam universe. This was one that I did want to read and check out, so it was interesting that you picked it out. Like, okay, let's check out some of the Amalgam stories and Legends of the Dark Claw. I feel the story was good. I think I like the artwork more than I like the actual story itself. Like you said, the story kind of picks up, like they throw you right in the middle of the story. Like it's had issue, like, you would think, oh, it's had issues before. Like I said, even the next time it's his next issue. But it's more of just an interesting read. I think it's a cool story to check out. I didn't feel it's a must read. Like I said, for me, the artwork stood out the most, and the colors. I enjoyed. I think it's a fun story. Not a must read, but if you feel like reading, check it out. It's fun, interesting. There's a bit of action, bit of comedy. Interesting to see how the characters. I like to see how the characters mixed. And for me, I end up giving Legends of the Dark Claw a 7.2 out of 10. Like I said, for me, a good story.
Okay.
7.2, that's an extremely specific number.
I was going on like almost at 7, like a little bit of points up.
There you go. Well, as far as my take on this, this is 90s nostalgia all the way. The DC versus Marvel crossover was the biggest thing of the 90s. I loved it. I know you loved it, Dan, Sal, or Sonny. I don't know if you've read it all or not.
Oh, I've got it. And I've read it a couple times.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember having they let the fans vote on who would win like 5 of the battles.
Ones, yeah. But this amalgamation made 0 sense, but it looked cool and it was perfect and it was awesome. The book itself is a popcorn fest, and I love it. It's action all the way through. You are thrown in the middle. Like you said, Dan, you're expected to to automatically know like we're coming into the middle of this character's life and all this other stuff, and it's great. I love Jubilee and Robin mixed together as Sparrow. I thought that was cool. She had a potty mouth on her though.
Yeah. Real quick, the one part when she says,
Who calls her a slut?
"Yeah, tell the slut to take her shot."
Oh my
Well, that's how
God.
Jubilee was in the comics at the time too.
My
She was kind of
lord.
Wolverine's sidekick at the time in
Yeah.
the Wolverine book.
Yeah, but the pure nostalgia of this book is, I think, what's carried it as far as it's gotten, right? Because I mean, the story itself is a wash. There's not a whole lot of substance to it, and that's okay. The book itself is solid. As far as the writing goes, I give that a 6. It's a average written story. However, the artwork by Jim Ballant is phenomenal. I love that. I loved his work on Catwoman, and he was the perfect person to do Legends of the Dark Claw during this amalgamation. It was absolutely fantastic. I give that an 8 for an overall of a 7 out of 10. Sonny, I'm almost right there with you.
Yeah, I think Spiro's little comment might have got me my couple points up. Couple points up for Spiro's potty mouth.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. Your opinion on Legends of the Dark Claw.
Yeah, so like we said, like Tim said, the combination of the two characters don't really make much sense. But you look at most of the amalgams, most of them don't make sense.
Dr. Strange Fate did, and
Strange Fate did. Superman and Captain America did for a little bit of sense. But, it was really just like they were taking the amalgams and just kind of figuring like, all right, what kind of names essentially can we fit together? Oh, yeah. Magneto and the Magnetic Men. Oh, we can, what was the one? It was Flash and Ghost Rider, and it was
a Speed Demon.
Speed Demon. Like,
yes.
It doesn't make any sense to put them together. And you're like, God damn, that's awesome. And of all the amalgams, they were all pretty fun. Storm and Wonder Woman together. Yeah. Amazon. All right, that doesn't make much sense. Damn, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Bruce
Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Bracelets and Bullets. Punisher and Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was Assassins that was I can't even remember what all the characters were, but yeah, most of them don't really make a lot of sense, but they didn't need to. Like, these weren't books that you were going to pick up and read because you were looking for something, like really in depth.
Yeah.
It was just, the Marvel and DC crossovers was pure 100% like fan, like you said, popcorn for the fans. It was just, hey, we're gonna, and it was something where you could tell the creators just had a blast doing these. It's like, hey, we're gonna do something that's a lot of fun and doesn't really make much sense, but who cares? It's gonna be freaking awesome,
and you guys are gonna love it.
And it was,
and we did
all of them, and I bought all of them, and I hope they make more because I would buy more of them. And some of them were better than others. Dark Claw was one of the ones that was one of the better ones. They did the first wave of amalgam, and they did a second one. Most of the characters that were in the first wave weren't in the second one. Dark Claw was. Super Soldier, which was the Captain America Superman one, was.
Yeah.
There were a few. But, this is one of the better ones. And I think it's cool that they just kind of drop you into the middle of the story because you're only ever going to get one issue of it. So I think, and that's kind of how they handled all of them. Like, Iron Lantern, that was Green Lantern and Iron Man. Like, what sense does that make? But they just kind of drop you into the middle of the story for them. And, like I said, you're not reading it because you're looking for, you're looking for Watchmen or you're looking for Kingdom Come. You're just looking for something that's going to be fun and have some really cool moments. So overall, I would say, I would rate it based on that criteria, knowing that you're not getting something that's super in depth. It's just stupid popcorn fun. I would rate this a 9 out of a 10.
Ooh.
Like you said, the artwork in it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. And you know what? It's fun reading it because it's the exact stuff that, that us as fans come up with when you're like, oh, what if, when you're in the comic shop and you're like, as a kid, like, oh, what if they combine this character and that character?
Yeah.
You know, it's what it is when you're playing with your action figures and like, oh, you know what? Like, I don't have a Cyclops figure, but this Snake Eyes figure that has this stupid blue costume and this like, you know, this like red visor. I'm gonna make him Cyclops, and you know, and you're like creating your own characters and you're playing and like coming up with the story form, or like Sonny, you know, just destroying your toys and
I was just saying one time with the toy, I put a Deadpool. I put Deadpool's mask on Apocalypse before.
Oh my god!
Yeah. But yeah, exactly that. Where you're like, you're taking pieces of different character, figures and combining them. And you're coming up with stories. That's what this is, and it's just a lot of fun. And you read it, and you have a good time. And then you put it in the box, and every once in a while you pull it out and look at it, and you're like, yeah, this was a fun book, and that's all it's meant to be. It's not meant to be anything deeper than that.
When the omnibus comes out, I think they're doing 2, right?
They're doing one that's all the amalgam books, and they're doing one that's the Marvel and DC crossovers.
I'm gonna get both of those because of the nostalgia effect, because of how much fun it was back in the day. It reminds me of being a kid and being excited to see these things on the spinner rack or at the grocery store or anything like that. I'm definitely gonna get that.
I really want both of those, but that $150 price point is so far outside of my price range that I like really want them. So anyone at the CODEX station that's listening out there, any of you listeners that would like to buy those for me, you can message me and I'll send you my address, and you can send those to me in the mail. Because it's not just, I have all the amalgam books already, but I know there's going to be all kinds of extras and stuff that's that's in it too, that's going to be really cool.
And let's not disregard the letters page for these books. Did you guys read the letters pages?
I did when they came out, but not.
So the letters pages, they treated as if people were writing in, talking about the series previously up to that point, what they hope for the future and stuff like that. That is a treasure trove on its own, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any of the amalgam books, go flip all the way to the end, look at the letters pages, and just read some of that stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, here, just here's the first wave of them. I just had them all sitting here. You got Amazon. Like you said, Assassins. Most of these don't make any sense. What you said, Bruce Wayne, Agent of Shield. And you see like the green skull there.
Yeah.
Like you said, Bullets and Bracelets. The Punisher and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Who would have thought of that? Yeah.
This one did make sense. Doctor Strange fate.
That's one of my favorites.
Or Legends of Dark Claw, like JLX. Oh yeah, let's combine the X-Men and the Justice League.
You have 2 copies of Legends of Dark Claw?
No, that was the one that I had sitting.
Oh, gotcha.
Magneto and the Magnetic Man, or what is it? Speed.
There was a Speed Demon.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, but god damn, that looks cool.
Looks cool as shit.
Spider Boy. That doesn't make any sense.
First appearance, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Spider Boy right there.
Super Soldier. Yeah, that's cool, but it doesn't make any sense. X Patrol. Again,
that's the bomb.
Yeah, again, these don't make any sense, but man, they were fun.
Yeah.
And that's all they were meant to be. That's why I give mine rating a 9 out of 10, because it is what it is. If I was stacking it up against Watchmen or Kingdom Come or Kraven's Last Hunt, well then then it would get like a 3 or a 4. But based on that, just a lot of fun. And I really hope that these omnibuses sell a lot. I hope that this is just them saying, hey, if these sell a bunch, maybe we'll do more stuff.
We'll do it again. Yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah.
How many characters have they introduced since the 90s that weren't around then that they could do new amalgams for?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, like you said, a fun story. So all around, I think we all agree that Legends of the Dark Claw is a fun story. Tim gave it a 7 out of 10. I gave it a 7.2 out of 10. And Dan gave Legends of the Dark Claw a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually thinking about, after reading that, that one X-Men cover where it's just Wolverine and he's like slashing at the cover.
Yeah.
And it's the claw marks. I was like, maybe I'll do an homage to that, but I'll draw it as Dark Claw instead of Wolverine.
There you go.
You should do it, man. Yeah. You should definitely do it. That'd be a lot of fun. So, Evan, that wraps up our review of Legends of the Dark Claw. So, some things going on for next week. Next week, a certain little boy has a birthday coming up.
I don't know who that would be.
and that is Tim Morris. Tim the
Oh,
Terrible
his
has a
birthday?
terrible birthday.
Next Wednesday,
He has
yeah.
a terrible birthday because he's not going to be on the podcast. He's just going to be watching us and judging us the whole time. But
Yeah.
Tim, we do hope you have a good birthday, and we hope you enjoy it. And we hope we're able to put on a great, fun show for you. That's the bomb.
Well, thank you guys. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, next week on May 22nd, that is my birthday. I will turn 45. I'm going to take the night off and go have dinner with my kids and have a good time and sit and laugh with them. And if I have enough time to watch it with them, I'll put the podcast on so we can all watch it together. If not, I'll watch it as soon as I get home. But Sonny, Dan, you guys are the first two to wish me happy birthday. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday. I hope that
good,
I hope you have a wonderful time with your kids at the Sizzler.
Same here.
I'm going to take them to Shenanigans.
Maybe you'll get Barbara there.
What's that restaurant you like, Dad, with all the shit on the wall? Shenanigans? Oh.
I hope you get some good gifts too. I hope you get some Power Girl whitey tighties.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
So you
I've never heard anyone before refer to them as whitey tighties.
Plum smugglers?
Really?
I've always heard it referred to as tighty whiteys.
Oh, maybe I had it mixed up.
Maybe that's a British thing.
Maybe I'm just getting so into the Omega universe that I'm mixing things up. Whitey tighties, tighty whiteys.
Is that a British thing, like how they call potato chips crisps and how they call cookies biscuits?
And
Wait till you find out what they call cigarettes, but I won't say that on the show. But yeah, so I don't think it's an English thing. I think it's just a Sonny getting things mixed up thing. But yeah, we'll be having we'll be looking at put out another great show for you next week, Tim. And before we say goodbye, look at that.
Thank you, Ironic Bionic. Absolutely. Happy pre-birthday to you whenever yours comes around as well.
That's a great name, too.
Right?
I was going to say, I like that. Yeah. I like the way it rhymes. So
yeah, I'm bionic, but I'm bionic in an ironic way.
It's very ironic.
Anyway.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Okay.
Never mind. Okay.
But I know what you mean. It's like rain. Okay, so.
On your wedding day? It's a free ride when you've already paid. Happy annual 39th. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Ironic turned 57 last month. Well, there you go. Happy belated birthday. Yeah, there you are.
Hey, me and Dan had birthdays last month, too.
Yeah, on the same day.
I like this. Happy annual 39th. Yes, that is fantastic. I'm 39 years old plus 6.
And you know what? The week after that, my daughter has her birthday on the 27th on Memorial Day. She turns 6 years old.
I always said cool
She have a
people are
happy
born
birthday.
in May, so there you go.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? Some cool things we could do is we could let everybody get on to their day. We'll start ending this. But first, I'll tell you guys that we are on all the socials that Tim is about to show you.
Yeah,
There you
ladies
go.
and gentlemen. Sonny, what do we do with those socials? What would we like to do with them? Do you know?
We would like to have everybody check them out. You know, we're at the Codex Station. You can go at thecodexstation.com. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Discord. We're on a whole bunch of things. And we'd appreciate it if you... I didn't realize, hey, nobody told me we have that yet. But I'd appreciate it. We'd all appreciate it if you'd all subscribe, if you'd become members. And when you subscribe, you help grow the page of the Codex Station. Maybe we won't remember every single one of your names, but sometimes we do remember your names.
Oh,
and we're like, oh, wow, look at that. That's so cool that so-and-so is a member now and that so-and-so has subscribed to us. We see those numbers growing. We're past 1,300 now, right?
We are at 1,350 plus right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we would love to see that number get to 1,500 very soon, and that's all up to you. Yeah, as Sonny said, at the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite social media platforms and where we're live streaming right now. Like Sonny said, make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow so you don't miss out on content like this all the time. Every time. Texas Twister rocks, Dan. There you go. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, head over to the CODEXstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, the CODEXstation.com. And let's not forget the illustrious artist over here, Dan the Kelly Art. Dan, where can people find you when you're not doing Codex stuff?
They can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. I just posted something this afternoon. Oh, yeah, it was the Cammy Street Fighter cover I posted this afternoon. So go check that out, as well as a lot of other art I post. And I need to get back to posting music. So as soon as I get around to recording me playing a couple more songs, I will do that. And yeah, give me a follow. And all the artwork you see that I post is for sale. So feel free to message me about if you see anything that you want, or if you want to get your own commission, you could do that. Almost everything. If I post something saying I did it for someone else, obviously that's not for sale, unless you want to contact them. And money talks and bullshit walks. So
They're
you
one
offer
of ones,
money for it. You offer Tim enough money for that Moon Knight cover I did for him, it'll be on the way to you.
Negative, sir. The pattern is full. That's not happening. All right.
Sure,
you know what? If somebody offered you $1 million for it and you turned it down, I would drive to Tennessee, break into your house, take it back, and sell it to them myself.
Oh my God. Hey, Dan, I got offered $1 million for this. You mind if I do that? Why haven't you yet?
Why do you even ask permission for that?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, at the Dan Kelly Art. Get Dan 1K for DK. He is almost there, a little less than 200, right?
Yeah, I am at 1 second, and I will let you know. I am at 857 currently.
Hey, there you go. So that's 143, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that man across the finish line. Let's get the big D up to 1K. How about
you did that math so fast? You're like a genius.
Oof, I know, and I dropped out of high school too. So there you go. Do we ever discuss Micronauts? If not, make it so. Hey, ironic. That's ironic you say that, because we will have that discussion right after we go off air. And there you go. Greg says he's number 858, Dan. So you're one person closer.
Well, thank you for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here. My name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man over here is Dan the Kelly Art, the road manager for the Curator of Comics, and he is also the press manager for Sonny the Writer, otherwise known as Sonny Kruger. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the CODEX podcast right here on the CODEX station, and I cannot leave. I cannot end this beautiful stream unless I hear two very specific words.
Is that it?
No, it starts with a G, ends with a holes.
Da bomb.
Glory holes?
Negative.
Oh, the Steel Panther song. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe somebody in the chat would know. Anybody? No.
Bueller?
I have a big gaping hole for gaping holes, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right. Thanks for not giving me a birthday present.
Happy birthday.
One more time, anybody?
I was waiting for someone in the chat to drop it, but I'll
for Tim's birthday.
Gaping holes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, bye.
Yes, bye.